What's up, everyone? I'm Slouch. I'm a producer. When I'm not making music, my name's Braden. Hi. I started as a hip hop producer and I rapped a little bit. That was kind of fun. But lately I've been doing a lot of EDM stuff. And I have this 16 bar track here on my computer, MacBook. And I just want to kind of break it down and show how I laid it out and how I made some of the sounds that I have in here. So let's head to the computer to see what's up. All right, so we got the track right here. Like I said, we got 16 bars, not a whole lot going on. Drums, few synths, a sub, and a sample. So yeah, let's just run through the track real quick. I'm just gonna let it play through. All right, so that was that. Pretty sick. I'm proud of that one, to be honest. And now I want to break down everything sound by sound. So we'll start with this sample here. Um, I'll ISO it, and here we go. It has a saturator on it and OTT. Those are both types of distortion. It's got this bit crush filter. That's what this red line is to it, showing that the bit crush filter gets more progressive as the song's going on and building up. It has tremolo. That's what makes it go like what at the beat drop. And as you can see, also the amount for it goes up right there. Has a widening mix so that all the sounds are kind of hitting more the outside of the ear. And then EQ, I have the EQ, I was doing something at the beginning to kind of help with the motion of the sound, and then a limiter just to make it a little bit louder and get it where I want it to be. So I was happy with what the sound started as, just a normal sample, and I created a lot of movement and fun stuff going on because of all of these effects. Alright, so next I want to look at this screech noise that I made. I made it in Serum. I'm not going to show you the Serum stuff, too much sauce, but I do want to do a Serum video in the future, so stay tuned if you want to learn more about this sort of stuff. But it has a saturator again. Hiss and snores are both like crunch distortions. They're pretty cool. They allow for some nice sounds. They have OTTs on them, making them real loud and even crunchier. There's another hiss after this distortion filter here. We can look at it real quick. It's got this movement going on, which is pretty dope. And then there's an EQ on it, a compressor, widening mix, and a limiter. I'll show you what the EQ does here real quick. You can see it's taking it from this really high-pitched sound all the way down into where it's at, and you can see that EQs essentially allow sound to happen. If you cut it off anywhere, the sound cannot play from that point on. So pretty cool stuff. I wish I could show you the Serum stuff, but that's just too much for this video. Alright, so those were the two most complex sounds for sure in this whole project. But now I want to show you this grit bass that I have here. This one's pretty fun. If we look at this volume effect, you can see that it rises up again right before the beat drop. That's how everything goes. And then it just comes in real gross, like very, very gross. And that's largely due to the 5 OTTs here. It has a bunch of distortion. It also was made in Serum. Serum is just like sound design software, basically. Super cool. Highly recommend Serum to any music producers, 100%. But yeah, snores, saturator, hiss, distortion filter, 3 OTTs, hiss, OTT, EQ, snores, hiss, OTT, another EQ for those ones. This thing down here is a chain, so it allows, depending on how you build your chain, the sound will come out differently. So this is very, very thoughtfully constructed, one could say. EQ, limiter, and a glue compressor. Just messing around. Normally I just do regular compressors. I don't know if the glue one does anything interesting, but just for the fun of it, I'll listen to it. It's a nice sound. It's a real nice sound. Okay, so to top it all off, I have 3 more sounds, but I'm just going to group them all into one here. They're fairly simple. I have the drums, comprised of kicks, hi-hats, and snares. Nothing too special, and they're all in this group right here. I have the sub, which is just the lowest bass noise, very, very deep, under 120 hertz typically, if that means anything to you. And then I have this riser here. Love risers. Basically want to use a riser in every song. Really emphasizes the drop if you do it right. But so yeah, I'm gonna let them all play out right here. And not too much is going on in this whole shebang. At most, you just have, the coolest thing is that the riser is compressed here to the kicks. I was just talking about a glue compressor. This is a regular compressor. And if we look here, you can see that as this threshold goes down, I have this red line modulating the threshold. As it goes down, when the kicks come in, the riser sound starts to go away. And that's what that does. And it kind of just allows for some more emphasis on things. So yeah, compression can be a really, really useful tool if you use it the right way. And that's the track. We did it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Thank you so much for watching. I do want to dive into Serum more, so stay tuned if you want to learn some stuff about that and actually see how it works. Not leave it as a myth. But yeah, stay tuned for more videos, and I'm going to try and finish this and release it soon. So look forward to that also. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you so much.